today, but how do you look back at it 2 weeks in a row?
Yeah, all in all, of course, a very good tournament. I won some good matches against good players, playing some of the best tennis I've done this year. So really happy about those feelings leaving Rome with these memories, and hopefully I can build on it for next week in Roland Garros and push myself to get even better and play my best tennis for Roland Garros is the goal.
In terms of the tactics, and did you watch the Jannik semi-final against Medvedev, and did you try and adapt some of the things that Daniil did? I saw you did a lot of drop shots at the start of the match, and is there a blueprint to follow there? Also considering though that Jannik had some physical issues in that match.
Yeah, of course I watched the Jannik and Daniil's match that went over the last few days, and especially then on Friday night it looked quite physically tough, and for both players, but particularly Jannik looked like he was struggling quite a bit with a few different things. So I tried thinking that the longer the match gets, maybe the more positive for myself, but you cannot just choose to make the match long against Jannik. I mean, typically he goes out and kills everyone, 2-1 in an hour. But today was at least a little bit longer, and at times, there were some great tough rallies, but he didn't seem too bothered with the longer rallies today. So I mean, what can you do? I mean, you can only focus so much about your opponent. You'd rather focus on yourself to know it and to play your best. But I had it in the back of my mind, but I went out thinking that this will be a tough match and Jannik will be in good shape. So I didn't make my tactics based on what I saw on Friday, no.
Hi Casper, obviously you went a bit better than last time you played him. What do you think went right this time? What did you get right, and what do you think you could take from this match should you meet him again at Roland Garros?
Yeah, I mean, definitely it was a better match for me this year than comparing to last year, where I really had no chance. So I got off to a great start, just kind of what I was hoping for, and broke him right away, which is not very typical for Jannik these days, and a little bit of a different situation than what probably he is used to. But he stepped up and broke me right back, and it was game on. And unfortunately, I kind of dabbed off a little bit towards the end of the first set and the beginning of second. That's kind of where the match kind of was maybe not decided, but where he got off to a lead, obviously, and winning the first set and break up early in the second. It's not easy to come back from that, but I had one break point in the second set that I didn't get, and he stepped up. And I think the main difference was that in the second set he really stepped up his serving. I really couldn't do much in my returning games, and I was a bit too short. And when you are a bit too short or not precise enough against Jannik, he just rips you off the court. So I know that if I want to have more chances, I need to be more precise with the baseline shots, the rallies that we get into.
Ciao. Well, first of all, congratulations, because it's a great tournament.
Thank you.
Finally, everywhere, in all masses, 1,000 on clay, so not too bad.
No, thank you.
So I'd like to know, you won the first, you were up to 2-0. What were you thinking at that moment? Were you thinking that maybe since Jannik seemed to be a bit tired in the previous days, maybe today you had a chance? And what happened afterwards? Because in the following 7 times he served, you won only 7 points. So 1 point for each game when he was serving.
Yeah.
And what is the difference between this Sinner and the one you played last year or in the previous times? I mean, was he a little slower or a little more erratic, or what?
I mean, like I said, I got the perfect start that I wanted and couldn't follow up with a good service game, unfortunately. But I think in the second, or when I was 2-0, I think I made quite a lot of first serves, and he made some good returns. So it was not like I threw away the game, but Of course, you get a good feeling when you get off to a good start, but you realize, look, there's still a lot of tennis to be played. And like I said, I was not in contention much in his service games. That ever since I broke him that one time, I was struggling to find any more chances in his serve. But I comparing this match to the last year. It was, of course, 6-0, 6-1, but it felt like it could be 6-2, 6-3. I mean, I had many game points that I didn't win. I mean, sometimes if it's 6-4, 6-4, 6-2, 6-2, 6-3, 6-1, it can be a bit like based on the day, which points you win. But the fact is that he's an incredible player that me having played all of the top players in the world in my career, when he plays his best, there's not many that can reach this level, if anyone at all in the world. So I think, yeah, I think definitely those two. I never played the big three in their prime. I played them in their career, but towards the end of their career, so they felt more playable at that time. But I'm sure Roger, Novak, Rafa at 25, 26 years old was also the same feeling for the other players. But I don't see him getting any worse, unfortunately. So you just have to think that you have to be better and better, because he's also going to get better and better.
Hey Casper, congrats on the tournament, hell of a week. This is your first week outside of the top 20, I think in like 5 years, and so even for someone who isn't necessarily kind of focused on rankings, in theory I guess that could be dispiriting, but obviously you've bounced back and made a final in a Masters immediately. I'm just curious, what does that say about you, that you've been able to bounce back so well and perform so well this week, as well as obviously in Madrid you performed well? Yeah,
I mean, ranking goes up and down, as we know, but it is at the end of the day very important, because it gives you better seeding or ranking based on your performance, and seeding into the tournament can be important. So whether you are 13 or 16 or 18 is not the biggest difference in the world, but obviously top 10, top 8 in the world is where everyone is aiming to be, because that gives you even better seeding and gives you a chance to maybe play the finals at the end of the year. So having done that a few times in my career, that's the goal for every year. Now this result can be very crucial and important for my season and the future of the year. But I need to keep focused, and it's a good feeling when you end up getting over 600 points in 1 week. And especially after not being able to defend in Madrid. But I still feel like there's more to gain now. I didn't do well in Roland Garros last year, so I have a few chances coming up. And if I can stay focused and stay in the right mindset, I think the next months hopefully can be good for me, and in terms of my ranking, that I can continue to climb.
Casper, in terms of Jannik's skiing background, you're from Norway, you must know something about skiing.
Yeah.
Do you think it helps him at all, the way he's always seems like he's in balance, moving back and forth across the baseline like a slalom skier? He's a kind of a tall, lanky guy, but he never seems off balance.
Yeah, it's one of the things I see as a player myself. The most impressive is how he moves, and